Hello super learners, welcome back again to Eng channel, and in this video we are going to learn imperatives and must mustn't. The imperative and must mustn't can have a similar use. In this lesson we will be learning when we use imperatives and must mustn't. We are going to learn how we make imperatives in the positive and negative, and how we make sentences with must and mustn't, and we are going to learn some important things about pronunciation. Now let us start. When do we use imperative must and mustn't? Now pay attention to this statement. It says, turn to page 21 in your books. You must buy a ticket for the train. Don't speak Spanish in a class. You mustn't take photos in the museum. So from this statement of what the men and the women say, I need you to match the examples to the rules. Here there are two rules. Rule number 1, to give instruction or orders. Now rule number 2, to give strong instruction or talk about obligations or rules. Turn to page 21 in your books as giving instructions or orders. You must buy a ticket for the train. So this is a give strong instruction or talk about obligations or rules. Don't speak Spanish in class. This also to give instructions or orders. You mustn't take photos in the museum. This is to give strong instructions or talk about obligations or rules. So now let's continue by matching the headings here. Must and mustn't is used to give strong instruction or talk about obligations or rules. And imperatives we use when we give instructions or orders. Okay, so we use imperative to give instructions or orders, as you see here in this statement. Say, turn to page 21 in your book. This is an instruction from a teacher. And don't speak Spanish in the class. This is also to give instructions or order. So this is an order from a teacher. And we use must and mustn't to give strong instructions or talk about obligations or rules. From this statement, you must buy a ticket for the train. This is a strong instructions or an obligation. And you mustn't take photos in the museum. This is a rule. Now let's continue by learning how do we make sentences using imperatives and must mustn't. To form imperatives and mustn't, as you see from the previous examples here, turn to page 21 in your books. You must buy a ticket for the train. Don't speak Spanish in class. And you mustn't take photos in the museum. So from this example, I need you to again complete the table with these words. Here we have must and mustn't, and here we have imperatives with a positive and negative statement. So the person plus must or mustn't and plus infinitive. For imperative, for positive there is no any change of the verb, but for negative we use don't plus infinitive. Okay, so for mustn't or must, subject plus must or mustn't plus verb infinitive. For example, you must buy a ticket. You mustn't take photos. So you as the subject, must or mustn't plus verb infinitive buy or take. For imperative, positive, no change to the verb. It's a turn to page 21. For negative, we use don't plus verb infinitive. Don't speak Spanish. So here the infinitive of the verb is what you find in the dictionary, with no change here, without to. So we don't add any to, like to buy or to take. No need. For this one, it doesn't change any. And you need to notice here how there is no person, there's no any subject with imperative. So we start the imperative with the verb. Now think about pronunciation. Listen and say these phrases and repeat. You mustn't be late. You must speak English in class. So, do we pronounce the T at the end of the word must? No, we don't. Now listen to these phrases and repeat. She mustn't eat chocolate before dinner. You must organize your room today. Do we pronounce the T now? Yes, we do. Why? Because the next word starts with vowel. So, we don't pronounce the T in must or mustn't when the next word starts with consonant. You mustn't be late. You must speak English in class. We don't pronounce the T because this followed by consonant, speak and be. We link the T to the next word when it starts with a vowel. For example, she mustn't eat chocolate before dinner. You must organize your room today. So here the T links mustn't eat, must organize. Now let's practice. You can pause the video and complete this statement using must, mustn't, and one of the verb in the box. Now, number one, let's discuss together. You blah blah your mobile phone in your car. You mustn't use your mobile phone in your car. Very good. You must be careful when crossing roads. You must study hard for exams. You mustn't copy from friends in exams. Now match the two halves of the instructions or orders, and we will be coming again. Now let's discuss together. Number one, cook. Eat in the oven for 20 minutes. Close the door, please. Go to bed early. Don't be late. Don't sit on the table. So cook, eat in the oven for 20 minutes. Close the door, please. Don't be late. Don't sit on the table, and go to bed early. Alright everybody, thank you for watching, and I hope this video is useful for you. Take care, bye for now.